Item Number SCP-7563. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The office building containing SCP-7563 has been acquired by the Foundation Front Sheffield corporate property and is covertly serving as Outpost 84. The elevators have been reprogrammed to never open on SCP-7563, and the stairwell doors have been secured to only open with Level 3 access. Outside of testing protocols, no fewer than 3 persons will enter SCP-7563 at any time. Description: SCP-7563 is an office suite on the 13th floor of an office building located in New York City, New York, USA. It causes both hypnotic and transformative effects. All furniture, devices, and supplies look and operate normally. However, dissection reveals that beneath a shell of inorganic material, they're composed of human flesh. The carpet in particular has digestive tissue and glands that excrete gastric juices when triggered. This office is staffed by humanoid entities, SCP-7563-A, that are identical to adult humans, but do not require rest, food, or water. Dissection reveals that under a thin veneer of skin, these entities are composed of plastic and cellulose. A vascular system transports a dark brown fluid that is indistinguishable from coffee. There are normally 12 entities at any given time. If there are fewer than 12, as when one is removed for dissection, a new entity will appear in the break room. These entities display a strict social hierarchy, with one entity, referred to as the office manager, in charge of the others, and one, referred to as Greg, treated markedly worse. Which entity is the office manager and which is Greg fluctuates over time. The entities that are not currently fulfilling either role will engage in meaningless pleasantries. When a human enters SCP-7563, they will be welcomed as the new temp by SCP-7563-A entities. Phrases such as "welcome to the team" and "we are like a family" are commonly used. -A entities will promise quick advancement and permanent employment to the subject. This treatment has a hypnotic effect on the subject. With no prior warning of -A, approximately 90% of subjects will allow themselves to be led to a cubicle where they will undertake tasks set by the -A entities. Subjects who have been apprised of SCP-7563's anomalous nature only have a 20% chance of being compelled. When there is more than one subject, it reduces the effect greatly. No group of 3 or more informed subjects has succumbed to the effect. Once a subject begins working on the tasks set, they will continue until they are unable to do so, regardless of discomfort. -A entities will continue setting tasks and repeating the offers of a permanent position and advancement. When a subject begins to falter, they will be berated by the -A entities for not being a team player and letting the rest of the office down until they resume work. When a subject is fully exhausted and no longer capable of work, -A entities will inform them that they are fired. This triggers the digestive properties of SCP-7563's carpet. Over the course of several minutes, the subject's body will be fully dissolved and absorbed. Within an hour, new office supplies will appear in closets, cabinets, and drawers throughout the office, apparently made from the components of the victims. See Subject Log 7563 for more details. Partial Subject Log 7563. D-7563-1 was set to inputting a random series of numbers into a spreadsheet. After 3 days, the subject fell asleep and was absorbed. Boxes of staples appeared throughout the office. When retrieved and examined, the staples consisted of a nanometer-thick layer of steel over bone. The DNA matched D-7563-1. D-7563-5 was told to photocopy and file all pages from Volume 9 of the 1983 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, entries humidity to Ivory Coast. The subject fell asleep after one day. A new office chair was removed from a closet near the break room. When retrieved, the outer layer of leather was normal cowhide. However, beneath that was human adipose tissue and muscle, matching D-7563-5's DNA. D-7563-9's given task was to reset the font size on each page of a single 10,000-page word processor document. The font size set ranged from 0 to 9 and were arranged in the order of the digits of pi. Before the subject could succumb to exhaustion, they were removed from SCP-7563. They suffered panic attacks anytime references were made to an office, computers, or Greg. D-7563-15 was instructed to empty papers from all out trays in the office and then deliver those to the in trays. When this was accomplished, the -A entities moved the papers back to the out trays, and the task began again. After 2 days, the subject collapsed and was unable to walk further. The subject's body collapsed and was absorbed. Shortly afterwards, the out trays throughout the office were filled with new memoranda. Before these papers could be retrieved, D-7563-16, who had entered at the same time as -15, was directed by a -A entity to shred them. However, the shredder quickly jammed. Upon retrieval, the shredder was found jammed by bloody paper pulp. The blood was a DNA match for D-7563-15. The papers were memoranda directed to the office manager, with each displaying a picture of D-7563-15's face, screaming. D-7563-16 was instructed to dispose of all paper in the office, feeding it piece by piece into a shredder. After 3 days, the subject fell asleep and their body was absorbed. 50 minutes afterwards, a new shredder was pulled from a large cabinet by a -A instance. When the shredder was retrieved and run on non-anomalous paper, it produced the sounds of a human crying instead of the expected sounds of shredding paper. Addendum 7563-7. On the 1-year anniversary of SCP-7563's containment, Outpost 84 received the following letter. Thank you for your service. We truly appreciate the assistance. You are our #1 recruiting agency.